Alright guys, welcome back. Fake Woke Front Lines. A very smart person told me to do a quick little origins, so to let you know why I'm making these videos. So here it goes. Uh, I'm I'm just gonna do a little gist. I really didn't want to get into this, but since a fan asked, I'm gonna have to let you guys have it. About well, let's say a few years ago, while Obama was still president, I was like a total douchebag. I like was for Obama. I was a two-time college dropout. Uh, and that's community college. I was more interested in everything else. I mean, like, I was an alcoholic, a drug addict, all that stuff, getting in trouble. Um, I listened to nothing but, rap and hip hop and all that stuff. Um, I drove a coupe uh, for two different coupes, two different Mustangs. I'm the youngest of a whole bunch, or I'm the youngest son, but I still have a couple younger sisters out of a whole bunch of kids. So, I was always the black sheep. But a few years ago, I had never participated in large elections. I only participate in like small town and county and type of stuff like that because I never thought that my vote counted in the first place. And I came out of school thinking this. I went to elementary in Washington State, finished high school in Las Vegas, and then went to two different colleges in Washington State again. So I was full on douchebaggery. Well, when I came back here and started meeting friends that I had known from before and whatnot, before I was, well, actually that goes back to that. I was an alcoholic and a drug addict. And I came here when I first got out of being in trouble for like the bajillionth time. I came here and I found out about Washington State. They already had like been doing socialized medicine for 10 years and stuff like that. So I was like, I've been wanting to do this whole treatment gig, this and that. I'm already getting in trouble. The courts already want me to go into treatment. I wanted to go into treatment, so I went into treatment. Got sober, got cleaned up, and met a very awesome woman right at this time. Like, she was probably one of the reasons why I decided to go this, because right when I moved out here, because I still had a father living out here, I decided to stay. Met a good girl and started screwing my head on in the right direction. And still had never voted in a major election, but I was an Obama supporter because, I was as fake woke as they got, guys. I'm telling you. At this point in time, my favorite song was like So Woke by the guy that plays in Star Wars. I'm an absolute Star Wars nut. So when they switched over and started, Disney got sold out. Like, I didn't care. And to be honest with you, I probably still don't care, even though I could wipe the floor with those dudes right in those novels right now, because they ain't got no Star Wars knowledge like I do. So don't even try to test me. Anyways, I was as bad as they got, and I still am. If I went to a bar today, I would get a White Claw. My favorite coffee drink is white chocolate mocha. You know what I mean? Purple is my favorite color. You know what I mean? I know my star charts and I know all that other stuff. So, like, I'm as woke as they got. You know what I mean? I got stupid tattoos like bullets on my hands, so my guns are always loaded. Like, you can't. I was stupid. And then all this stuff started going crazy. Donald Trump got elected, and I was like, whoa, this dude, you know what I mean? And I agreed with one thing, pretty much at the beginning: freedom, and I like the idea of free capitalism. I like my own destiny. That's why I was such a douchebag in the first place, because I never wanted anybody to tell me the rules. And in case anybody doesn't know, there's one side that's the party of rules, and then there's another side that's the party of less rules are better. You know what I mean? Because the less rules you have, that means more freedom. I mean, a 5-year-old child could tell you that. Like, hey, if you had no rules running around the house right now, and you only had one parent telling you what to do instead of two parents, wouldn't that be pretty sweet? Then hell yeah, you'd have a whole bunch of freedom. So at that level, it's pretty basic thinking of what type of person you are. And if you don't know which type of person I'm talking about, then you should probably not watch the rest of this video. Then the elections happened. Donald Trump got elected, and I was like, whoa, I didn't see that one coming. Although I did write a paper back in high school about Obama getting elected, and I thought that we were going to start electing celebrities after that, because I truly did. I've been thinking this whole thing has been a movie for a really long time, because what's going on in Washington, D.C. does not represent the majority population of the United States. It just doesn't, and it hasn't for a very, very, very long time. And they divide us on these because we got this, this two-party system. See, I'll go into it in both directions. My voting ticket looks like a freaking star chart. It's got so many different colors on it. But when it came down to conservative politics in the federal system, they're undeniable, because you just look at what the two parties are doing. Okay, so I had, this was all within the last 5 years. I had a white friend that was gunned down by police officers unarmed because he was having a bad day. His grandfather died. And then I had a black friend that died of an overdose in a grocery store that lived like a block away from me. And I was already like, I like Donald Trump just because he pissed off the mainstream media. And everybody in the United States, except for mainstream media and the mainstream media journalists, can agree that they're lying to us and they're selling us ideas for the sole purpose of making money. Like, all of us can agree on that. Okay, so once we agree on that very first fact, then the rest of the facts that like start falling in line, you can't, you know what I mean? You can't deny them. And as a person who was a drug addict and an alcoholic and a Virgo, so I'm a very emotional person. A lot of bad choices I made in my life were based on emotions and based on the fact that I was lying to myself. I was a pathological liar because I lied to myself to whatever decision I was making make sense to me. So with that background, 5 years being sober, now I met a beautiful woman. She had some really young children when I first met them. I've been raising these children for a long time, at over 5 years. I've been the sole father figure of their life. These are my kids at this point. And, we, this whole fifi, right? And at this time, I still listen to rap music. I still listen, you know what I mean? I wear Timberlands every single day. You know what I mean? I listen to this dude named Salty Cracker, and he literally makes fun of me. But I love him because it's so funny, because I'm a super big fan of comedians. So the fact that he's making fun of me and I'm laughing because he's talking about my wife changing her hair color and this and that, and all these other things, our Starbucks coffees, our tight pants. I'm wearing skinny jeans right now. I cannot lie to you guys. Like, this is I'm trying to keep it under, but I'm wearing skinny jeans right now. Okay? So this is not about right, left, politics, this and that. This is about if you just get to the simplest thing, who's a liar and who's not a liar. And then, right, and you find a middle ground. And whenever it comes to someone who has two different opinions, you know what I mean, or two different arguments that are so, diametrically opposed, eventually you have to find, you gotta look for a common ground. And if you're on one side, you know what I mean, and you just listen to one side all the time, it's mind blowing, because these these left-wingers have just as crazy conspiracy theories as the right-wingers. Hence is why there's Antifa, which is trying to burn down every building. And then there's, uh, I don't even know. There are white supremacists that try to blow up buildings, like the dude that try to blow up all those government buildings, all these other things. But a lot of these white supremacist groups that they're trying to portray as white supremacists today really aren't white supremacists. They're just pro-American because one party is offering such an anti-American view. And if you are going to say that a democratic policy is not anti-American, then once again, you should probably change channels. Because I went to the same schools as you guys. I'm a millennial, right? We are on the same page. I did all this stupid ass shit. My favorite karaoke song was So Woke, and I sung it with my best friend who was a black dude. And then when all this BLM shit started happening and all this other crap started happening, mind you, I'm not only making decisions for myself, but for other little children in my life. If you have children, you have to make logical decisions. You can't make decisions just because one party makes 100% of their arguments based on pulling your heartstrings, and the other party, who you might not agree with as much, you know what I mean? But at least they're arguing with like facts and knowledge and experience. You know what I mean? That's why everybody hates Donald Trump, because Donald Trump was the only dude that wasn't a politician. Even Obama, every single politician before him was a politician. I take that back. There's obviously local representatives that aren't, and other stuff like that. But still, guys, this is the Twilight Zone. Okay, it's the Twilight Zone, and I am the doctor of fake woke front lines because I was fake woke. So I know what I'm talking about when I'm trying to point out this other narrative, because at one time I was swimming up the stream with all the other salmon. You know what I mean? We were all swimming up the stream to die alone and float back down while the stream just carried our bodies all the way back out to the ocean and deposited us to be gone because they don't care about us. That was a little Washingtonian metaphor for you guys. And I don't know, I got a little off track there, but hey, that's my origin story. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos.